Hello, hello, hello. Good Friday afternoon from Simon Says Stamp headquarters in Columbus, Ohio. Thank you for joining us today. We are live. If you're watching us on rewatch, hello to you too. So today we will be talking about our new release called Dear Friend. And in our live today, we actually have a dear friend who will be joining us in a few minutes. She also contributed to some of the art that we'll be showcasing. Today during the live, I have a coupon code for you, so stay tuned for that. And if you're watching and chatting with us, Beth Opal is moderating our chat, as well as Reed is here moderating woo woo for Reed. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to add them into the chat. If you're chatting with us live today, you are eligible for a $100 gift card to simonsaysstamp.com. And at simonsaysstamp.com, we want to be your one-stop shop. So we have not only Simon Says Stamp exclusive branded products, but we also have products from all kinds of other great brands like Tim Holtz, Altenew, My Favorite Things, Lawn Fawn just had a beautiful new release. And since you're watching us live today, I have a special coupon code for you. The code is TWEET42, TWEET 4 and 2. It's good till 5/31, so it's good for like 10 plus days, and it's good for $5 off any order you place at simonsaysstamp.com. So again, we want to be your one-stop shop. Now, one of the reasons we gave you a coupon code today, which is not something we always do during our lives, is because we have a brand new website. I hope you've had a chance to check it out. If not, maybe this afternoon or this weekend. It's much, much more colorful. It has bigger illustrations for your images, for the product listings. We tried to make it more clear for you. Our website needed to be updated, so we updated quite a few things as well as the checkout. Now, if you were a customer with us on our old website and created a wish list, don't worry. Brian, who's also here with us today and should get a big round of applause, we had over 1 million items on wish lists on the old website, and Brian has been busy transferring them all onto the new website. Are they not quite all there yet, Brian?
We're about 50% through.
Okay, so we're about 50% through over 1 million records. So if you go to our new website and had a wish list on our old website, it's really, really easy. All you have to do is use the same email address to create your account. Once you've created an account with your same email address, your records will start to marry together. So you will see part of your order history. Depends on how far back you're looking. You'll see the most recent order history for sure, and your wish list. Now, if you don't see it today, be patient, because those 1 million plus records are still migrating and making their way to the new website. We're just doing it very intentionally. We're trying to make sure the new website stays clean, stays fast, stays easy for you to use, and we welcome you. So we welcome you to use that code TWEET 42. I wonder where the 42 came from. It used to be my age. Long, long time ago. So there's that. And remember, if you're chatting with us, you're eligible for that $100 gift card. And Reed, at the end of our live today, will choose somebody randomly from the chat for that $100 gift card to Simon Says Stamp. So today, we have a very special guest with us. And kind of the fun story with this special guest is you probably if you've joined us for a live before, you've probably seen or met Reed. I don't know if Reed can come in. He can't come in very easily. So Reed is responsible for getting all of these beautiful things together for us. He organizes these lives. He tests. Hi, Reed.
Hello.
It's our buddy Reed. Happy birthday, Reed.
Thank you so much.
Yesterday was Reed's birthday, so I'm sandwiched between two birthdays. Tomorrow is Nina Marie Trapani's birthday. And Nina Marie is joining us live today to show you some of the new products from this SimonsSaysStamp.com exclusive release. So Nina, would you like to slide on in? Hi, Nina.
Hi.
So I'm literally sandwiched. Birthday girl tomorrow and birthday guy yesterday. It's something special to celebrate. I love birthdays because birthdays are a great reason for us to celebrate, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, life is too short.
I love having a good party.
And you told us a little bit earlier, but why don't you tell people watching, what's something special you plan on doing this weekend for your birthday?
Well, tonight we're going to go out to dinner. And then I don't know if anybody knows this, but if you do follow me, you kind of get this, but I love vintage, antiques, old stuff, and it's going to be a rainy day tomorrow on my birthday, so we're going to make the best of it and go to some vintage shops and have some fun perusing, and I might find something to bring home to add to like my bottle collection or my other collections.
She's got massive bottle collections. Very, very beautiful.
And here's the fun fact about my bottle collection. I do not own a bottle more than once. So every bottle in my collection is completely different. I do not have any bottle that looks exactly the same as another one.
Wow, that's cool.
So that's my criteria for making sure that I don't have too many.
Well, we'll have a special request now, Nina. We'll probably ask for you to post on social media at some time in the coming weeks a picture or two of your bottle collection because it is really beautiful and people would like to see that.
I'll have to do that.
So thank you for joining us today, Nina, and thank you for all of the people who are watching us live because you are going to be doing something very special and doing a demo for us. So Reed, would you like to switch the camera for Nina and we'll let her take over the show?
Yep, here you go, Nina.
We are going to be demoing not just any product, but some very special products that have been, oops, somebody decided to fall off my tray. We're demoing some very special products that have been much anticipated, which are our positively saturated ink cubes. So these are the first two sets of ink cubes that have been released. We've got pinks and we've got grays. These are pink blooms, and then these are gray skies. So what's fun about these ink cubes is that they work so well with our popular corner ink cube holder. We also have our smaller ink cube holders that are about this size, which are good if you want to utilize a smaller palette for your cubes. But this one's really handy because you can fit a lot, as you can see, on these corner ink cube holders. You can use them in a couple of different ways too. You can have them, of course, all lined up, filling up each space, or this is how I like to use it. I take the lid and I keep the cube itself over on the side, so that way I can remember which cube is which. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be using these colors to create this cute pink card. We're going to use some new products from the Dear Friend release, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun seeing this come together because we're going to do a couple of different techniques with the ink cubes. So why don't we bring in our stamp. This is the peony background, and it's really pretty. It's a 6x6 cling stamp made in the USA, and I already have my paper inside of my MISTI on top of our stamp and stencil mat. This is a sticky surface, so that way your paper won't move when you're working with it. And I like having, for a background stamp like this, my paper right in the center. So normally we would put our paper in the bottom left corner, so that way we always know where it's been. So that way when we need to stamp again, it's going to stamp in the same place. But when you want to stamp in the center, that's a little harder to keep it in the same place. So that's why the stamp and stencil mat is super helpful. So let's ink up our stamp. We're going to use our rose ink. I'm just going to bring the stamp over here so you can see me do this. We're going to go ahead and cover this entire background with the rose ink because we're going to do a tone-on-tone ink blending on top of our stamping. So we want to use our darkest ink for this, so that way when we add the ink blending on top, you're going to be able to see this beautiful background. All right, so I've covered that up. We're going to place this in our corner ink cube holder. That way they don't shift. And the nice thing is because this is silicone, this doesn't shift either. This will stick onto your surface really well, especially when you're using a glass mat. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up the stamp and stamp this down onto my paper, giving it a really good press to make sure I've covered everything. And I didn't in that bottom corner, but that's because this is why the stamp and stencil mat is so helpful. I can just come back in. It hasn't moved across my paper. And I'm just going to go right back and stamp that again. And I have filled in that spot. So now my paper is ready for some ink blending. So we're going to tuck this aside. Yes?
Quick question about the stamp and stick mat. Do you have any tips to help keep it clean and keep it sticky?
Depending on the ink, I use a lot of pink, as you can see here. Those will stain the mat, but they're not going to transfer onto your paper. You can use the Brutus Monroe Ultra Clean. It's the unscented, squeaky clean cleaner to go ahead and clean this mat. You don't want to use anything else because anything else could potentially take the adhesive off the mat, and you don't want that. So use that cleaner to clean your stamp and stencil mat, but do note that some inks may stain it. So we're going to fold the mat to help us get this paper off of the mat. The mat is really sturdy, so it's not going to break if you bend it. All right, so we're ready to do some ink blending. I'm going to go ahead and bring in one of our Simon blending brushes. And we're going to do an ombre of color, starting with the lightest. And actually, I want to turn it this way so I can work off this side. I'm right-handed, so that works well for me. We're going to use the lightest color first and add that along the top. That's going to give us a nice little bit of light color here. We're going to move on to peony, and we're going to ink that one up and use that across the middle section. And if you notice, as I'm picking up ink, these cubes aren't going anywhere, which if you've used ink cubes before, you know that they like to slide around and they're a little hard to grip because they're small little guys. But having an ink cube holder like this is so handy because now I don't have to worry about them sliding around and then me getting my fingers inky, and it just becomes a big mess. All right, we're going to finish up with rose, and this is our darkest color, and this is going to be along the bottom of the card. I'm just going to fill this in until we have this really nice, beautiful background made possible by our beautiful Pink Blooms ink cubes. So this is the background that we've created. Now I'm going to do some die cutting off camera. I already did that to save us a little bit of time. And I do want to go ahead and take a baby wipe here and clean off my mat so that way I don't get any more ink on the rest of my project. Okay, so this background I wanted to die cut, and I'm going to use our new modern postage dies. This is the largest one in the set. There are stencils and there are dies. Some of them work together and others are intended to be their own. I'm going to pick a section of this background and use the die to cut it out. So off camera, I've already done that. So we had a runaway die.
Magic of TV.
Yes, makes it so much easier when we have one already made. And I've got some other pieces ready that I'm going to utilize to build my card. Now
While
here
you're assembling real quick,
Yes.
two things. They asked for a repeat of the code. The code is TWEET42. That is TWEET42. And then a couple questions about personal accounts and stuff. If you're having trouble with your account and things linking, just go ahead and email service@simonsaystamp.com. We'll be able to help you out one-on-one, and that'll be a lot easier than in the comments of the live stream.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Reed.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so here I have some interesting pieces. These are our Simon Says Stamp Fun Foam, which we just released in the Dear Friend collection. I have cut a panel that's a little bit smaller than my postage stamp edge, and I've also die cut it from our new fancy Hello die. I actually designed this die along with the fancy thanks, and these are really pretty to use on your card. So that's what we're gonna do here. I'm just going to use some simple liquid glue. This is our Simon Says Stamp Craft Tacky Glue, which decided to explode on me. And we're just going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue onto our fun foam, attach that onto our postage stamp background. Then we'll flip this over and add a little bit more glue on the back side of that so that we can attach it down onto our A2 card. So there we go. That makes it super simple to get some nice dimension on your card. And because we use liquid glue, we have a chance to kind of shimmy this around to make sure that we have it perfectly centered on our card project, and you don't have to worry about the adhesive sticking instantly. Now, same thing with our cute little hello. We're just going to use a couple dots of glue here and there around the die cut just to make sure that we have enough adhesive to grab onto this piece, which has been die cut from our matte gold cardstock. And the nice thing about the fun foam is that it eliminates you having to have a whole bunch of white die cuts or whatever color cardstock you're stacking pieces together with. It makes the stacking so much easier because you only have one piece. So that makes it super simple, a lot quicker, and you get instant dimension in no time. So now that I have that lined up, I'm going to flip it over and add a little bit more glue here and there just to hold it down onto my card project.
Nina, you're doing great.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you. All right, so this gets centered right onto the bottom third of the card. All right, and that looks great. So now the last thing we need to do is add a little bit of sparkle. These are our cute new peony sequins. I'm going to use our same Simon Says Stamp Craft Tacky Glue to add just a few dots here and there on my card, kind of creating a trail on the right-hand side. And that's going to create some nice visual interest to help show, give somebody the viewership to look up the card. It kind of draws your eye, which is really nice. And I'm using our Place and Pierce tool, and these little teeny sequins are so fussy. But we're going to flip it over and get it onto our card project. And I'm just using the Place and Pierce tool to help me do that. This is a really handy tool because it has not only the tacky end on this side, but it also has the pokey end on the other side, which is fantastic for poking out little negative pieces out of your die cuts or getting your dies out of, or your die cuts out of the die itself. It's a really handy tool. All right, and that is the finished card. I love how these cute pink colors, carnation, peony, and rose, all paired together to create this really beautiful background. And the fun part is that because we have the corner ink cube holder to help us out, it made working with them so easy. And just for some more eye candy, I'll bring this in so you can see all the colors that we have released in the Dear Friend collection. Aren't they fun?
Yes, yes, yes. Do you want to get me back on camera with her? So all these wonderful people watching us today, thank you for watching us live, and if you're on rewatch, for watching us too. I think it's really important to note something about Nina. So Nina not only designs product, like she designed the Hello die that she just used, she also shows us how to use them with those tips and tricks like the Simon pickup tool, and also our glue and our foam. She also helps innovate new products. So the tool, she tests products. The ink cube, she tests them. The ink cube corner holder, she makes sure, she designs it, makes sure the dimensions are exactly right to fit ink cubes. They fit all kinds of ink cubes, not just the Simon ink cubes. So Nina's really a special unicorn here at Simon Says Stamp, and we're super lucky that she's here presenting with us today. So Nina, you do a really nice job every time. You make it look so easy, and you're so well thought out and organized. It's really a pleasure to get to spend the day before your birthday with you today. So, any questions? Oh.
Yeah, one question. Where can we see more projects from Nina?
Over at my blog, ninamareedesign.com, and I also share videos on YouTube. You can find me as Nina Marie Trapani. And if you want to see a sneak peek of what's coming tomorrow, we have a Simon Says Stamp blog hop for the Dear Friend release happening tomorrow and Sunday. And I'm going to be sharing this really fun, colorful shaker card using the new release. So you'll have to come on over and see it.
Thank you, Nina.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful work. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me.
Oh, of course.
See you later.
What a pleasure.
All right, bye guys.
Bye. So I think for you watching us today, I hope that you understand, first of all, we have some inspiration to share with you, so we're not quite finished yet. But I hope you understand that we are crafters and we are designing, illustrating, and building products for you that we also like to use ourselves and show you different ways how to use them too. And I think that really makes Simon Says Stamp a special place. We have a very special community of people. Before I show inspiration, I want to touch back because I saw some questions in the chat about our new website. So if your wish list hasn't married yet to your account, don't worry, just be patient, just give it a few more days, maybe a week or so. And if you have any questions about your account history that you're not seeing, service SERVICE at simonsaysstamp.com has access to all of your order history, so don't be shy. If you have a question about something and you can't find it on an account, feel free to email us at service@simonsaysstamp.com. And again, when you go to our new website, if you use the same email address you used on our old website, perfect. You do have to create an account and create a new password, but the accounts will marry together. And we did that. We worked pretty hard to make that happen. And Brian's here with us today, and I know he's been continuing to work really hard on this new site. So it's really to enhance your shopping experience. We've gotten tons of positive feedback about the new site, so we're happy to have it up and running. The new coupon is TWEET42, tweet 42, and that will give you $5 off anything, including, Reed, do you want to switch the camera?
Yep. What's the expiration date on that?
5/31. So you have until May 31st to use that tweet 42 coupon code. And everything you see here today is eligible for that coupon code. Well, I mean, not the cards, those were made, but you can get our new 6 packs of ink cubes. And you know, back to the fact that we're crafters, designing for crafters, you gave us feedback that you wanted ink cubes. So we paired them up into 6 packs, or I don't know if you call it pair, but we grouped them together in 6 packs. We did pink flowers and we did gray skies. So we have 2 sets available right now, and yes, we do have more coming, if that was the question.
There's another question, but that was the first one. The second one is, are refills available for these colors?
Yes, we do have refills for all of these colors on our site right now. So you'll just look up Simon Says Stamp Carnation Refill and you'll find it. For example, Simon Says Stamp Peony Refill, and you'll find it, Rose, etc. Every single one of these has a refill available on our site. And then this is the corner ink cube holder. Comes in this handy dandy zip bag for you. This is what Nina was just showcasing in her live. Again, that coupon is valid on all of those products. Nina probably used scissors today. These are our Simon Says Stamp beautiful scissors, nice high quality, titanium, super, super sharp. Now I'm going to move on to the inspiration. One of the products that Nina Marie actually illustrated for us is this folk art floral medallion plate. This is a hot foil plate, and you can see this is made in the USA, folks, and you can see how nice and big and sturdy this hot foil plate is. Look at this inspiration. Oh my goodness. This is by Cindy from CRN Cards. Love it. Using Nina's Folk Art Floral Medallion, sold exclusively at Simon Says Stamp. And then we have another card. This is by Joe Sisavath. Joe, beautiful work. Love it, love it. He used the gold foil on that. Now, I've had a few people talking about these new little sticky notes. If you came to our Simon Says Create event, you probably saw we were using a lot of those little sticky notes. We now have Pause It sticky notes. It's a pack of 40. These are only $2.99. And if you're one of those special people who has card makers in your life, or you want to give somebody a card that they can then mail to somebody else, kind of the circle of life that happens a lot with card makers, all you have to do is put a little sticky note in your card. Okay, so for example, this card by Joe, you could put a sticky note in there, write your message on the card, and then Joe, or whoever you gave this card to, could tear off the sticky note, write a new note, and pass it on to somebody else. I don't know, does that make any sense? It's kind of like a card train. So that's one way a lot of people use our sticky notes and sticky notes in general. The other way that people use sticky notes in general are seriously, literally just as sticky notes. You can put your supply list on the back of your cards. You can put little notes and messages all over your house. Obviously, I don't need to have too big of a discussion about how to use sticky notes, but the sticky notes have been the top seller of our release today. So that was pretty exciting. And then on this card, you see Thanks. Thanks is also a new product from this release. It's part of the Elegantly Modern Greetings set. You'll see Thanks right here. This is a set of hot foil plates made in the USA. So that's how this thanks was created. We also have coordinating dies from Elegantly Modern Greetings and coordinating stamps. Again, Elegantly Modern Greetings. It's kind of a mouthful. And this has pretty much everything you would need. Hello, birthday, love you, thanks, you're the best, for everything, exactly as you are, with all my heart, dear friend. This release happens to be called Dear Friend. And I've got some inspiration showing these beautiful things. This one is by Jessica Vasher. Jessica, we got to meet at Simon Says Create. Thank you for coming. Many people have asked about Simon Says Create if we plan on doing it again. And I will tell you, yes, absolutely. It was a huge hit. Another card by Jessica. We got to meet so many of you in person. It was a gift to me, and I think a gift to many of us to actually get to connect in person once again. Look at this. Love you. This is by Joe Sisavath again. He used, these are actual genuine wax seals, and then the love you sentiment on the front. This is also by Joe Sisavath, and he used the perfect bow dies and the birthday. And this one, get ready, drum roll. You guys aren't even gonna believe this. So, Joe used that hot foil plate and the hello die and heart dies and layered to create this beautiful card. Hello, dear friend. And again, the name of this release is Dear Friend. So if you go to our website and search Simon Says Stamp Dear Friend, or just click on the handy dandy banner on the front of our website, you'll be able to see all of these products that I'm showcasing for you today, exclusive to Simon Says Stamp. Nina, in her video a few minutes ago when she was live with you, was showing you these are our postage dies. These are rectangles, and you can cut them apart with your handy dandy trimmer. So this is a set of dies. And she also used this hello, fancy hello set of dies. This is actually 2 dies, and she illustrated this. This is a really popular font. You'll see I've got some inspiration using it also from, this is Cindy from CRN Cards, also using this stamp set that Nina Marie illustrated called Bird Day Tweetings. If you've seen this stamp set before, you might notice that it was one of our exclusive Happy Birthday stamp sets. If you want to receive a free stamp set from Simon Says Stamp on your birthday, all you have to do is go to our website and sign up for our newsletter. When you sign up for the newsletter, you're prompted to enter your birthday. When you enter your birthday, we will automatically email you a coupon code the month before your birthday, and you will then get a free stamp set for your birthday. We try to make them birthday themed because Lord knows everybody has a birthday, right? So this is using the thanks, very similar to the hello font that Nina illustrated. We loved it so much, we asked her to also illustrate another word, so she also did fancy thanks. And you'll see here, this is the peony stamp, peony background she used in her live, along with the fancy thanks. This peony stamp is made in the USA by Stampers Anonymous up in Cleveland, Ohio. If you've joined me on my lives before, you know they're not too far from Simon Says Stamp. This is the peony background, and I have some other flowers. These are called Blissful Bouquet. There's coordinating dies available with this stamp set, sold separately or together, and you'll see we have sentiments like best wishes for the happy couple, wishing you a lifetime of happiness, congratulations, blissful bouquet. Now you don't just have to use this for weddings, but this is the time of year when there's weddings, so we thought we would bring a stamp set to you that was great for you to make wedding cards. And of course, we've got inspiration. This one is by Karen Dowds. Karen_crafts10 is her Instagram. She actually stamped on vellum, white embossed, and then used one of the dies, coordinating dies, to create this beautiful card. And then she did the color blocking in the background. I love how you did that, Karen. And I have another card. This one is by Barbara Terriau, and she colored and embossed this beautiful flower. This has been a beautiful, a big hit from the release. And then Mindy Egan from Mindy Egan Designs created this card using the same stamp set. Don't you guys love it when you get to see the same stamp set used lots of different ways? This is from Susie Plantamura. Big card. This is probably a good time for me to talk about the size of cards. This card is a A7 card, and this card is an A2 card. So 5 by 7 is what this is, and this one is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 size. So if you're shopping for envelopes, you'll know these are the two most common card sizes. If you're a card maker and want more space, this 5 by 7 card is really a dream to work with that size base. And at Simon Says Stamp, we also have card bases that are already pre-cut and pre-scored for you just to make your life a lot easier. Still on the floral train, I've got lots of inspiration still using that floral peony background cling stamp. Michelle Peckham also sent us inspiration. I want to make sure to give a shout out to all these designers who sent beautiful cards for us to showcase during our live today. This is by Callie Person. Callie, I love this. Callie is in the chat too. Thank you, Callie, for joining us live. I like how she put the emphasis with the rectangle on our gold. Is that a nice touch to frame it up? And then I don't know who made, was this Sherry?
I think so.
Made this box. This is one of Tim Holtz's vintage boxes from Ideology. And she stamped on vellum, or actually that's not on vellum, that's our clear acetate. Mm-hmm. And then she die cut the So Happy For You Both, which I'll show you in a few minutes. Another card using that peony background and the thanks. This one is by Miriam Prantner. Thank you, Miriam, for sending your work. And this is also from Miriam Prantner. And Miriam added, the congrats is part of our sentiment strips. So she cut a sentiment strip to create that congrats. And then what a lovely card by CZ Design. Kathy's in our chat too. So Kathy made this card for you. Kathy is CZ Design. We also sell lots of products that Kathy illustrates for us. Speaking of Kathy, Kathy uses, if you watch CZ Design videos, she uses, these are really handy dandy. Is anybody wondering what these are? Do you guys all know? Does anybody recognize? These are those clothespins. That's the word. So what do you use a clothespin for, you might ask? Well, if you've ever watched Kathy Zilski's lives, you'll know she uses clothespins to hold onto her card when she is heat embossing it. So it gives you, and of course I have it upside down, but it gives you something to hold onto while you hold your heater so you're not burning your fingers. So we loved this idea so much that Kathy said she connected us to the people who make these clothespins, who actually happen to be in Ohio as well. And so now we have exclusive for Simon Says Stamp, these clothespins for you to hold onto while you're heat embossing. So I thought that was a fun story. These are made right in Ohio, and Kathy Zilski brought them to life for us. So thank you, Kathy, for introducing us to those. Now I've got some more cards. This is using the Extra Proud stamp set, and we have coordinating dies that go with it. Oops, the coordinating dies are separate. And this stamp set has a really nice heart image too. So you'll see Karen Downs from Karen_crafts10 made this card using the stamps and the heart from this collection called Extra Proud. Beautiful card, nice and clean. See how there's 2 layers? I love the messaging. And then this is probably the most fun card we'll see today, and this is by Joe Sliceabath. These are actually little foam pom-poms, not foam, they're fabric pom-poms, like cotton pom-poms. Love this. So thank you, Joe, for sending in your card as well. And then I've got, a minute ago, I showed you Sherry's inspiration that had the So Happy For You on it. This is So Happy For You Both. Now it can be for wedding, it could be really for anything. These are 2 dies, and I have a nice, cute little pillow box that Joe Sisabath sent us as well, using that So Happy for You Both. That's cut with glitter cardstock. Isn't it funny? So Joe and Sherry both used, and they don't plan ahead. Like, it's not like we have calls and we're like, hey, somebody used the metallic silver cardstock for your art. Nope, they just are two artists that had the same similar idea, and that really makes things extra fun. You probably saw Nina if you were with us about half an hour ago, if that much time. She used the painted rainbow card in the sneak peek she gave you for tomorrow's blog hop. And I've got some inspiration using that painted rainbow. This one is by Karen Downs again. The Hello Sunshine is a die set, but this, see those rainbow cuts? And then I've got another one by Karen using the rainbows. Another one by Karen. I mean, she went crazy. I love this. Love it, love it, love it. So she actually stamped in the black, and then she colored in the spaces in between to create this card. And what's special about this, which I should call out while we're live, this painted rainbow cling stamp comes apart. See that? So you can choose to stamp it all as one piece, or you could do like Karen did here. You can layer your corner with one color of ink. You could layer this with another color of ink. You could layer this with another color of ink and make a beautiful multicolored rainbow. And you'll see Mindy Egan did something similar here with different colors, and Callie Person did something here with different colors. But if you choose to keep your stamp together, you could color in between in the blank space. I don't know if I went too fast. Reed, do you think people understand when I'm explaining that?
Yeah, that was great.
Okay.
Before you move on to the next item, will you show Joe's pillow box again, if you want to see it? And then would like to know what die he used to do that.
So there's pillow box dies. This one is called, I think this is just a pillow box. Mm-hmm. It's a pillow box die. So PILLOW box, BOX. And then this is the So Happy For You die. So that was by Joe. And then we have more dies. This is called Proud to Be Your. And you have Proud to Be Your as words with family, and you have words with friend. And so what's interesting is you can then choose what you put into the middle there. So here, Joe Sisabath, boy, Joe, you nailed it. Sent us this inspiration, and then Barbara Terriau sent us this inspiration, Proud to Be Your Friend. And you'll notice that there's actually, I think there's 5 dies in this set. I want to show you because it's a great value. Yep, so there's 5 dies here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like there's 5 images when you look at family and friend. So this gives you lots of options for the messaging you want to put on the front of your card. Speaking of messages, hey girl, hey. You guys hear that in your head? I don't know, I have a 12-year-old and she watches videos online, and I can hear some of the video people she watches. Kids these days like YouTube personalities. Mindy Egan created this card for us. And it was interesting. I was listening to a podcast this week where they were talking about movie stars aren't what they used to be. Nowadays, kids don't really bat an eye at people who are in movies or necessarily on television shows as much because they watch so much YouTube. So it's the YouTube stars that people, my daughter's age and really the younger generation are watching. But I also think what that does is it puts a lot of responsibility on people who are creating YouTube videos to make responsible videos. You know, use good language, hey girl, hey, I think that's fun, that's quirky, that's, I don't know, it's up to date, hip. I guess I say the word hip and my daughter rolls her eyes at that too. But YouTube stars are different because, you know, I'm in my 40s, and when I was a kid, YouTube wasn't even a thing, and now it's really dominating what a lot of people are consuming these days. And this is a card by Barbara Terriau using pride flags. This is actually a set of 3 dies. Lots of different ways to use that. And then I love this whole set of coordinating products. Okay, so how fun is this heart? Okay, so you can get it as a stamp set. It's called Modern Heart Quilt. So you can buy this as a stamp set with lots of sentiments, and you can stamp in your solid parts. Really, really fun to use. And you can take it up a notch. There's a die sold separately or as a set, cuts the heart perfectly. You could also just use the die. Don't have to have the stamps. And what takes this to a whole new level, sold separately or as a set, are the coordinating stencils. So this is actually a set of 6 coordinating stencils. So you can layer, layer, layer to make your heart just like this. So you don't need to stamp first, but here, Miriam Prantner stamped and layered with her stencil to color in her heart beautifully. Another card using that same idea is Miriam just used her stencils here. She didn't even use her stamp to create this heart. Here, CZ, Kathy Zilski, hey girl, hey, who's watching us live. She actually embossed in gold and then colored inside. I don't know if she used the stencil here or not, but she could have. And here, I don't know who made this card. This card isn't labeled, but I love how they shaded in the middle of it to make the blocks and that. And Callie Person created this card. Isn't this heart fun? Barbara Terrio, oh Barbara, I love the blending and the splotching and all the fun media you used on this. And last but not least, Joe Sisavath actually stamped and then die cut the negative. See how he did that? Can you guys tell on screen how behind there is the actual stamped image and embossed in gold and colored and with the hello on top and layered with foam. This is the foam. So this is, I believe it's 3/16 of an inch foam, and this is die cuttable. So if you want to layer, like your word hello here is layered, and Nina used it in her video too, you can use the hello die with a layer of foam and it will give you a boost. So that fun foam will boost to make the hello pop out just a little bit more. I don't know if you can tell that as well on camera as in person, but trust me, we sell this fun foam in a pack of 6. It's new with this dear friend Simon Says Stamp release, and it's die cuttable. You can't die cut just any foam. This is die cuttable foam. So I just don't want you guys to ruin your die cutting machines by saying, oh, I have foam, I'll cut it. Not all foam is made for your die cutting machine. You got to be careful about what foam you use. And if you're not sure, I mean, I don't know. Do you risk it and test it? I don't know.
Before you move on to the next
Yes.
item, will you grab the Hey Girl, Hey die and show how many pieces it is?
Sure. It's a good idea. Was somebody in our chat asking?
Yep.
Whatever do you remember who?
Nope.
All right. Whoever was asking about Hey Girl, Hey, you'll see it's 2 dies. So you snip the outline and then you've got the Hey Girl, Hey on the inside. Now that's the die. You're welcome to fussy cut there if you wanted to create more dimension. You can do whatever you want with that. You're not limited to just what the die is doing, but it's actually 2 dies. You want to pop those apart with your die cutting snips. Here is a little bit of Adorable for you. I happen to be a huge fan of Adorable. This is called Caring Thoughts. You can buy it just as a stamp set, or you can buy it as a set with the matching dies. How cute are these illustrations? And there's something for every occasion, and these, if you like to color, this is made for you. I can't wait to show you the inspiration with these. We've got happy birthday sentiments, hello, sending caring thoughts, you brighten my day, I'm here for you, I just miss you, love and hugs, thinking of you, just want you to know that I'm always here for you. Great, great sentiments. And how cute is this imagery? I mean, look, there's a little butterfly. There's a butterfly on his nose. There's a bunny. There's squirrels. Beautiful I think that's a Gerber daisy. I love Gerber daisies. There's a rose. How fun. He's falling off the log. I got another cute little flower. So this is called Caring Thoughts. And I can't wait to show you this inspiration. So Joe Sisavath, I'm telling you, he is on fire. We got to meet him at Crate. He came all the way across the country to come to Crate. So he used the stamp set. So you don't just have to use stamps to make cards. Think of all the other fun things you can make. You can hang these on a wall. You could give it to somebody. You could actually use it and then have a happy surprise when you get to the bottom of the papers you have clipped onto there. I've got a card here by Michelle Peckham. I love the clean and simple look of this card, and Michelle colored. Are those little squirrels? They must be squirrels. They have such nice big bushy tails. And then Great Minds, right? Susie Plantamura, she did a slimline card. And that's the nice thing about slimline. We talked a little bit ago about those 5x7 cards. Slimlines give you a long surface. So if you want to tell a story, lots of flowers, lots of activity, a message in the middle, you brighten my day. Just want you to know that I'm always here for you. And then Susie cut out a lot of these flowers too. So she made sure that she had the coordinating die set to go with these stamps and made really nice use of it on her background. Susie, thank you for sending that card. I'm such a fan of Susie and her work. And then this card is also sent to us by one of our designers, Barbara Terriau. I don't think that the camera and the lighting is really going to be able to do this card justice. The coloring is just exceptional. That's the thing about a handmade card. When somebody receives a card like this in person, it's just one of those things you look at, like a piece of art. You look at it from different angles. I mean, look, even the details of the cheeks on those little squirrels and the ears on those squirrels, and then the little flower between them, absolutely beautiful. So happy for you both, that message that's on that die we showed a few minutes ago. And then Callie Person, if you, I mean, seriously, how gorgeous is this? So Callie used the stencil, the postage ed stencil that I showed in the very beginning of this live, and she ink blended in the middle to create a frame. And of course, she used the coordinating dies with this stamp to cut out such a beautiful detailed center. And I love how she made her little dragon purple. So how adorable is that? Oh my goodness, 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 Callie. I could just sit here and look at this forever. So thank you to the artist who took the time to make that inspiration and then to mail it to us. Talk about next level. Here is a fun stamp set. Howdy. So I showed this on a live with Susan and Beth Opal a few months ago, and they were just goo goo gaga over it. And if you have seen our Simon Says Stamp Instagram page lately, you'll know why they were so goo goo and gaga over it. Beth made the cutest card using this stamp set. And then today I'm going to show you some other inspiration using this as well, even though you'll see inspiration living on our website, you can see inspiration in person. So this one is by Susie Plantamura, not to be confused with Susan Opal. They're two different people. And this inspiration is by Callie Person. Thank you, Callie. Remarkable. Mary Reiner sent us this. You are on my wanted list. I like that messaging. And then how fun are these letters? Howdy Cowboy. And this was created also by Mary Reiner. I don't know what dies she used on this. Does anybody know in the chat what Mary used for the Howdy Cowboy? I don't recognize those, but I would love to know what those are. I like those a lot. And then how whimsical and fun is this card by Cindy at CRN Cards. You are on my most wanted list. And the other sentiment on here is home is where you hang your hat. So we've got two cowgirls, a beautiful background, horseshoe, cactus. What a great stamp set. Last but not least, I have a fun stamp set called Supercalifragilistic. And if you're looking for a little giggle, if you're not into like the drink kind of thing, that's all right. You can pass on this one. But there are some of us who love something a little bit, I don't know, edgy. I might not always know the right words to say or the right things to do, but I'd take a Nerf bullet for you. I like that sentiment, very edgy. This too shall pass. It might pass like a kidney stone, but it will pass. Tell cancer it can, supercalifragilistic, kick your acidosis. This stamp set was actually illustrated by a cancer survivor. Even though a margarita and a hug can't fix it, I'm available for both. There isn't a body count and you don't need hail money, so it could be worse. You don't need bail money, sorry. Anytime, anyplace, anything, I'm here for you always. So this again was made by a cancer survivor, and if you've had to battle something like that, I think you probably feel the same way about some of this language. This card was made by Barbara Terriau. Thank you, Barbara. This too shall pass. It might pass like a kidney stone, but it will pass. And then another card, this one by Cindy at Cindy CRN Cards. This sucks. Even though a margarita and a hug can't fix it, I'm available for both. So some reason that some of us have to send cards or want to send cards, even though it's not always celebrating a birthday, we do encourage each other. Reed, I think I'm going to go, we do encourage, I don't want to stop on that thought too much. We do use card making to encourage each other, and I just want to remind everybody of that. So you might have seen in the background of this live, this beautiful card kit. I'm going to switch to one last thing to show you. This is our June card kit of the month. Holy guacamole. You get foam squares, you get Tim's. I love, this is the showstopper. These are Tim's layers. They're organic layers. It's almost like an ephemera pack. That's why we gave you the foam, because then you can adhere these to anything. Also included is the thanks die that I just showed you lots of inspiration for. You get foil, a whole pack of 8 foil transfer sheets. You get all of these sheets from Crafter's Companion, a beautiful high quality 6x6 cardstock. I don't know how many sheets are here, maybe 10 or 12, double-sided. You also get a sheet of the Simon Says stamp sentiment strips. Now these are printed on toner, so these can be used with the foil, with a laminator. You're going to get a coupon for $5 off your next order. You get this beautiful stamp set illustrated by Christina Warner. Love this stamp set. It's called Etched Greetings. Really beautiful detailed stamp set. There are also dies available sold separately for this in the store. Many of you have been asking for those dies. You get a peel and stick envelope, because I like everybody to make sure to remember to actually mail your cards. You'll always get a sucker with your kits. You'll get a Simon Says stamp zipper bag, and this zipper will hold your 8.5 by 11 cardstock plus everything else in this kit. And also included in the kit, you get the metallic Simon Says stamp metallic high quality matte cardstock. You get a sheet of vellum, Simon Says stamp vellum cardstock, and you'll get the apple green and the khaki cardstock as well as an inspiration sheet with ideas to get you started on how to use your kit. So this is our June card kit of the month. It's on sale now while supplies last. We do limited editions. If you want to put the screen up front.
Yep.
Our card kits are limited editions, so they're available while supplies last. It's a subscription, but it's a non-obligation subscription. So you can opt out at any time or opt out 1 month, but then keep it for the next 10 months, whatever you want. But these kits are great value. That is over $70, if my math is right, in product, and it's $34.99 to purchase it as a subscription or a kit on our website. That is our Simon Says stamp June card kit of the month. And Reed, are there any questions?
There are a few. The first one is the deco foil that's included in the kit. Do you need heat to use that?
That is thermal. So you need a laminator machine to use this deco foil.
And another one was, if you'd like to see more inspiration about the card kit, there's 2 places you can go. The first is our blog, there's a gallery. The second is if you want to go to our Instagram, Nina Marie last Sunday posted a reel that she makes with the kit. It's really cool.
Oh, yes. And is this backwards? No. And Kathy Zilski created beautiful cards for us to showcase with the kit. I mean, how gorgeous are these cards? She sent, thank you, Kathy, for taking the time to send all of these cards. You'll see them on our website as alternate images for the card kit as well. So if you've visited our new website, I hope you're loving it. We're open to your feedback. We are still fine-tuning some of the search options and some of the category options to clean things up, but we welcome your feedback. And if you have any questions, you can always email service@simonsaysstamp.com, and feel free in the chat, because Reed is still giving me a winner for a $100 gift card in the chat. So if you're in the chat chatting, he could randomly choose you to win that $100 gift card. Are there any other questions, Reed?
One clarification, Nina just commented you can use adhesive with that deco foil pack.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. That foil that's in the June card kit of the month, you can burnish it with adhesive and you can get really beautiful results too. So if you don't have a laminator, you can still make great use out of that foil. And then Reed handed me the $100, before I announce the winner, thank you. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We get to do this because of you. It's fun for us. I hope it's fun for you. I hope you leave today feeling super inspired and ready to make and craft, or you can rewatch this over the weekend if you want some more ideas from some of the inspiration we've shared. And if your name is Beverlee Sagon, S-A-G-O-N, you just won a $100 gift card for watching us live today, and we appreciate that you watched us live today. If you're gonna go shopping at simonsaysstamp.com, don't forget, you can use that coupon code TWEET42, and you will receive $5 off anything except the card kit subscription. So you can get $5 off using TWEET42. And Reed, are there any other questions before we say goodbye on this lovely Friday afternoon?
Yeah, Beverlee, to claim your prize, email reed@simonsaysstamp.com. Thank you all for joining. Don't forget to like and share this video.
Don't forget, like and share this video. It really helps the logarithm so more of our crafting friends and our crafting community can see it. So thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Brian, thank you. Reed, thank you. Beth, Susan, Sherry, Nina, Callie. I think I see Nicole in the chat as well. Thank you all for joining us live today and for joining us on Rewatch. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and a great Friday afternoon. See ya.